The roster cuts for the New York Jets have already begun. We'll talk about it and tell you what's next, including what an insider says will include plenty of surprises. Boy Green Daily starts now.
I'm going to lose my gas-guard bananas. Boy Green Daily starts now. Zoinks!
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Let's go!
Put your seatbelts on. Get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, and we're built for this shit.
What's going on, everybody? I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. Welcome to Boy Green Daily, a daily New York Jets video show, also available wherever you get your podcast. We're here on a Sunday, a beautiful Sunday. It is August 24th, and we are on the precipice of the apocalypto, which is NFL roster cuts. That's coming officially Tuesday, August 26th by 4 o'clock. Every team in the NFL must reduce its roster from 90 or 91, depending on your roster exemptions, to 53. The Jets have already made their first cuts. We'll talk about that in just a second. And what more cuts are to come, including, according to Rich Cimini of ESPN, surprises galore, which are always interesting. Now, it's always important to take a note that me or none of us in the audience root for players to lose their jobs or to get cut. It's a very sad time of year and a harsh reality. It is the circle of life in the National Football League that players are going to be euphoria and jubilation for making an NFL roster and their dreams becoming a reality, and others where their dreams may be coming to an abrupt halt and they may never play another snap in the National Football League. That happens every single year, and that's what's going to happen. Hey, by the way, I know normally we're joined by NFL insider Matt Lombardo every Sunday. He took the week off this week. He's got some family stuff going on. He's sick, so I'm praying and hoping the best for Matt, and hoping he makes a very speedy recovery for him. And please, so Matt Lombardo, we're thinking about you, pal, and please get well soon. So thinking about that for Matt Lombardo. So, folks, a surprise solo Sunday show, which is all good, baby. It'll be me and all of you. So we'll open up the phone lines in like 20 or 30 minutes or so. And we'll bring you on the show so you guys can feel free to hop on and we can make it happen. First off, I see right off the top rope, baby, our man, Mother effing Chew, gifting a Boy Green Coffee Club membership, baby. Let's ride. This membership went to Fernando Velez. Welcome to the Boy Green Coffee Club. Shout out to our boy MFC. It's already been updated on the scrolling ticker. That is now 19 raffle tickets for MFC. And by the way, MFC, before the end of the month, you're $1 away from another raffle ticket based on your previous Super Chat combinations. So just want to make sure I got that out into the ethos. All right. I'll get to your questions. I'll get to your comments. But first, let's get to the cuts. That occurred yesterday. Technically, I guess, yesterday afternoon, Yesterday afternoon. I was out at the Great New York State Fair while the Jets were cutting players, so I sort of caught up on all this when I got back late last night. So here it is. The Jets began cutting their roster down. And again, there's no rules anymore, like back in the old day, the teams had to cut it from 90 to 75 by insert date, and then 75 to this number by insert date. That doesn't exist anymore. It's a massive ritual bloodletting. Everyone just has to beat a 53 by Tuesday. Some people can start it now. Some people could wait all the way to Tuesday. We might see some sprinkled in all over the place. For the Jets, they decided, hey, these 6 players, they're out, and we'll walk through each of them. Cornerback Mario Goodrich, who the Jets acquired on waivers this offseason. Offensive tackle Samuel Jackson. Motherfucker! Ah, damn. Samuel Jackson. Hate to see it, pal. Hate to see it. Tight end Neil Johnson. Wide receiver Demir Miller. Defensive tackle Fatorma Moba, or Fat Orma. And wide receiver Ontario Pokey Pokey Wilson. Pour one out right now for Ricky. Yes. Yes, please. I see that immediately from Fox Sports Talk. Poor Ricky. Pokey is gone. Let's have a moment of silence for Ricky, New York, for the release of Ontario Pokey Wilson. Sorry, Ricky. Hopefully Pokey lands on his feet. That's a toughie. Yes, Scotty Mayhem. Ricky is distraught. I'm sure he is. So, salute to Pokey. We hardly knew you. Pokey Wilson. Now, obviously, none of these cuts are a surprise. Timo Jackson kept getting into some penalty issues in that last game, and it's just the offensive line room this year is a hard group to crack. Goodrich apparently showed some chutzpah on special teams, but just not enough work in the preseason to be able to upset a roster spot. Neil Johnson, again, he wasn't making this team. Demir Miller, I'm going to be honest, I barely even knew that guy was on the roster. Like, I knew his name, but he did a whole lot of nothing during training camp, so sorry, Demir. And then for Torma Mulba, who I was pretty excited about as a UDFA, a great story, if you don't know it, about his journey to America and his opportunities in the National Football League. But as soon as the Jets traded for Harrison Phillips, the veteran nose tackle, defensive tackle from the Minnesota Vikings, and Juwan Briggs of the Cleveland Browns, a bunch of these defensive tackles in the room went, oh boy. And it was over for a lot of them, including for Torma Mulba. And then we just talked about Ontario Pokey Wilson. It just wasn't there at wide receiver. There's a lot of questions to come. These cuts were not difficult that are on your screen. These are the first wave. The Jets just decided randomly, hey, you 6, boop, you gone. Perhaps more cuts to come today at some point. They're going to get more difficult. They're going to get more difficult. The conversations at wide receiver, and thank you, Rich Samini, for that tweet. The conversations at wide receiver is where it gets tough. I think Jamal Pritchett, the undrafted free agent out of South Alabama, has done enough to make this roster. I mean, he was a human joystick in the final preseason game against the Philadelphia Eagles. I'd like to see Jamal Pritchett make the roster. But then we start getting into debates about Brandon Smith, Quentin Skinner. Is Alan Lazard going to be placed on some level of IR, which puts him on a 4-week hiatus of some point, which would then open up a spot at the wide receiver room immediately? Is there some roster gymnastics to happen here, perhaps? Like, for instance, right? So we explained this, but I think it's worth repeating some of the rules for those who don't know. So I mentioned every NFL team must cut its roster from 90 to 53. That's true by Tuesday, August 26th at 4 o'clock. However, when you cut a player, right, and he has less than 4 years of vested experience in the National Football League, he is subject to the waiver wire system, which means if the Jets cut, they're not going to cut this guy, but Armand Membu. If the Jets cut Armand Membu, every other team in the National Football League, so 31 teams, would have a chance to claim Armand Membu. And if none of them did, then the Jets could bring him back to the practice squad or something like that. Now, if a player is a vested veteran beyond those 4 years of experience, you can cut a player, do some crazy stuff, and then bring him back. For instance, I keep hearing whispers this may happen with Andrew Beck. Andrew Beck is a fullback tight end combination that contributes in a lot of different ways, but he's a vested veteran. So what that means is Andrew Beck, as a random example, would not be subject to the waiver wire system. So if the Jets do a wink, wink, like they pull Andrew Beck aside and say, hey, buddy, hey, we're gonna cut you. We're going to place you over here. We're going to do some other crazy roster shit, and then we want to bring you back in like 2 days. Is that cool? And now this is unofficial, of course. It's Andrew Beck is not signing a contract and saying, hey, I'm good in 2 days. He has to trust that the Jets are telling him the truth, which sometimes, hey, the NFL is a cutthroat business. What if the Jets acquire a better tight end fullback? They're like, you know what, Andrew Beck, we don't need you. So, again, that's part of the game. So Andrew Beck doesn't know the Jets. Jets don't know Andrew Beck. So that could be something we see play out. So keep an eye out for that. We saw it a couple years ago. The Jets cut Thomas Morstead. And a lot of us went, oh, my God, why'd you cut your starting punter? What the hell are you doing? And we freaked out. But Thomas Morstead posted on social media and said, like, there's a greater plan at play here or something. Don't worry. And that's exactly what happened. They gave a wink thing. We actually had Thomas Morstead on for an interview to sort of explain that process. He didn't want to do too much explaining. He wanted to leave the mystery, but so that could happen. Now I see it here. Let me bring up this comment. Grove Pete 3316. Beck needs to be kept. Do not mess with him. He chimes in on YouTube. See, because that's the other part too, right? So, like, for instance, when Morstead was cut from the Jets had a wink deal with Morstead that we're going to do some other shit here, but we just need your roster spot for a second to go do all this other stuff. Then we'll bring you back, I promise. When Morstead was cut, he said a bunch of NFL teams reached out. His agent confirmed it. A bunch of teams reached out and said, hey, fuck the Jets. Come on over here. And he respected the handshake agreement he had with the Jets that he was coming back. So to go to your point, Grove, if the Jets cut Andrew Beck, again, I mentioned they don't owe anything to him technically. He doesn't owe anything to them. If another team came up and said, hey, Andrew Beck, screw the Jets, come for us, he could say, yeah, Jets, suck on this. I don't need to be playing any roster games. I could be heading over here. So it could happen. But again, that's the danger of doing stuff like that, because it's not official when you do those wink deals. I keep saying wink because, like, the Jets say, hey, just wait over here for 3 minutes and then we'll pick you up. But you can't officially write that in a contract or anything. So, yeah. Jets Worldwide, wide, says, psst, hey, you, among the 230 people that are watching the show right now, you might have forgotten to hit that like button. It's on your screen on YouTube. He asked you to do it right now. Now, we've got 228 people watching right now this show. 82 of them are on YouTube. Okay, that's interesting, because StreamYard can tell us who's watching where, which is sort of fascinating and creepy, sort of at the same time. So, again, 228 people are watching the show right now. All right, we just said that. It's 235. It jumps very quickly. 82 of them are watching on YouTube. Here's the thing that doesn't make sense. We have 26 likes, people. 82 people, 26 likes. Hit that freaking like button on your screen, baby. Give it a suplex. Give it a choke slam from hell and slam it on down. So make sure you guys hit the like button, baby. It helps get this Jet show in front of others, which we really appreciate. We're about 90 subscribers away from 8,000. What? That's unbelievable. And I'm so humbled by that. So thank you, everybody. Hopefully we can get it before the season. Hopefully we can. Again, we're about, I think I said 90, 80, something like that. We're 90. I think it's 90. I think we're 90 subscribers away from 8,000. That'd be a great number to get to before the season. So let's see if we could get it. So hit the subscribe button and certainly hit the like button if you're watching on YouTube. It helps. Yeah, baby. For instance, I'll tell you guys an embarrassing story real quick, right? So first off, let me just say right off the top that I'm fine with any YouTube like that you give me. What I mean by that. Like, if you like the show, of course, like the video. If you hate the show, feel free to like the video. I'm even fine with a pity like. Like, I'm sort of in the middle on this show. I'm going to like it anyway. I'll accept that, because here's this, right? So we go to the Great New York State Fair yesterday with my family. I'm celebrating my 11-year anniversary with my beautiful queen, Tatiana Davis, and we're at the fair. And she says, hey, Paul, why don't you go play games? Like, and try to win shit for the family, basically. I'm like, I'm a competitive son of a gun. You're damn right I'll play those games. And so I head over to the fair, and there's all these games. Like, there's an NFL game where you get a football, and you got to be standing behind a line and throw them to, like, wide receiver targets and stuff. I'm like, oh, yeah, baby. That's right up my alley. And so I'm throwing them around. And I'm doing a lot of missing. I'm going to be honest. Wildly inaccurate. Too high, too low. I'm like, what in the world's going on here? Are these funky balls? Is it me? Am I an idiot? What's going on here? And I'm like wildly missing. And all of a sudden I hit one. I'm like, ooh, okay, got my rhythm. Boom. And then I miss. So wildly inconsistent. Anywho, so the game works. It's like you can, $1 for this, $3 for this, or $5 for a ball, or 3 balls for $10, and all these other weird deals. And so I don't do what they need me to do. Like, and there's multiple targets. You have to hit all the targets at the different places in the same round, and there's all these rules. And I obviously did not do it. I screwed the pooch. And then the guy goes, hey, bud, because like I played a round, it didn't happen. I'm like, all right, I'll play another round. All right, I'll play another round. All right, another play. And I just kept playing rounds. And he just like looked around and said, hey, man, just here, just take the bear. Just take the bear. You spent enough money here. I have never seen that in my life. I got a pity bear. A pity bear. It was a jet bear, which was very nice. A New York Jets teddy bear I gave to my daughter. But yeah, I got a pity bear for the first time. I'm gonna be honest. That felt pretty messed up. I went like, good Lord, look at me. I literally just got a teddy bear for trying horrifically. Now, every once in a while I'd get a ball in, thank God, but mostly not. And so at the state fair, my daughter and son got to watch their father be a loser and get a pity teddy bear, which I would have had to hit 2 of the 3 targets to achieve that bear. And I did across like 5 games. I hit maybe 2 or 3. So I fucked that one up. But yeah, a pity bear, which I didn't even know was a thing. That one made me feel pretty bad. But I said, sweet, a teddy bear for my daughter. So then I got over it. So anywho, that's sort of a weird story to say, hey, I'll take a pity like baby. They count all the same at the end of the day. It's not like my daughter's going to be like, hey, Dad, what's the origin story of this New York Jets teddy bear you got me? Well, honey, I invested $75 in trying to win you that bear. That's probably $5. And I was so horrific, the guy felt bad enough to give me one of the many teddy bears that were sitting there. Hopefully I never have to tell her that story, and hopefully she doesn't listen or watch this show in 5 years. Anywho, let's get back to the business at hand here, including some memberships being gifted from the high heavens. That's our boy, our number 1 Austrian Jet fan, baby. Throw him up. Gifted on this program, we play a video package, and I know that Austrian's ready to start his engine.
Kevin James.
I just got 3 things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
Boom shakalaka. Thank you, Kevin James. We're up to 152 raffle tickets for our boy, our number 1 Austrian Jet fan, baby. I'll show you guys what the prize pack is this month here in just a moment if you're new to the channel. But let's read the 5 new members to the Boy Green Coffee Club here on the program. We've got Insawalan, hey, Flight Boys, Monkey _ Deboozy, Jet Set Fool, and Jay Bogo. You guys are all now members to the Boy Green Coffee Club, baby. That's what we love to see. That's what we love to see. So salute to our number 1 Austrian Jet fan, baby. And here you go. Here are the prizes we have this month. If you're new to the channel, hello, I'm Paul Eston Jr., a.k.a. Boy Green. I'm the New York Jets digital reporter for Heavy.com. That funky title just means I write articles about the New York Jets every day and do podcasts and all kinds of other things. And I enjoy the hell out of doing the show. I do the show every single morning at 7:30 a.m., Plus, we do other shows, some fun interviews. Over the offseason, we've had Judy Batista on from the NFL Network. She was live at training camp. That was fun. She was at training camp when we did the interview. ESPN NFL insider Jeremy Fowler, and more interviews to come. I'm working on a couple of things. We'll see how they turn coming up here shortly, but I'm working on some other things as well. But here are the prizes that are on your screen. Let's throw them up, producer guy behind the scenes. There is no producer guy. I'm talking to myself and my many personalities, but that's neither here nor there. So we've got all these items on the screen, and I'll say them all, and then I'll explain how you can be eligible for these. A random vintage Jets player t-shirt, blast from the past. You're going to get a t-shirt of a New York Jets player. It's going to have them featured on the shirt from the past. They're no longer on the team. It's kind of a cool new bit I want to do. Hopefully you guys enjoy that. A New York Jets Highland Mint Super Bowl III flip coin. This is a gold coin flashed with 24-karat gold. It's a limited edition Super Bowl coin. It's got the New York Jets. It's got the Baltimore Colts on it. It is beautiful. Again, if it was up to me, I guess technically it is, I would keep this ring. Or this coin, excuse me. So good luck to anyone. I think that's the crown jewel of this entire giveaway this month. It's super badass. You have a New York Jets logo athletic prime hoodie t-shirt, brand new out of the package, baby. And then the Kickoff Kitchen Cookbook from Super Bowl chef Tim Lopez that was donated by Bubba Badshaw. Those 4 items, a vintage Jets player t-shirt, a Super Bowl flip coin, a Athletic Prime hoodie t-shirt brand new, and a Kickoff Kitchen Cookbook from Super Bowl chef Tim Lopez, which 64 game day recipes, including an appetizer and entree for every NFL team, including your New York Jets. All you have to do to win all this shit on your screen, to have a chance at it, is to spend $3, which is a lot less than I spent at the Great New York State Fair on a variety of games that I embarrassed myself at. $3, that's all it takes. So gift a Boy Green Coffee Club membership. If you're watching on YouTube, there's a little money sign at the bottom. Click that. All these options pop up. Super chats, super stickers, and gifting channel memberships. You can gift as many as you'd like. Every time you gift a membership, that's a raffle ticket. So think about it that way to make it easy. So they're $3 a pop. You don't have to spend it all at the same time. For instance, if someone sends in a $5 super chat right now, that is 1 raffle ticket, $3, and then $2 left over. So that means $1 more spent will get you another raffle ticket. As long as you do it before the end of August, you're eligible. So they're $3 a piece. It's very important to me that I make things as affordable as possible for you, the fans, because without you, this show is impossible. So I try to give back. Every single month we do giveaways on this channel. New York Jets items. Sometimes it's New York Jets tickets. We do all kinds of crazy things. And I hope you guys vibe with it. So on September 1st, we will draw that winner as we do the first of every month here on the channel. We'll reveal the winner, and then set you up for the next month's giveaways. So every month that you gift, we gift back to you in the Coffee Club community. So those items on the screen, as my voice cracks and I hit puberty at the age of 32, all that happens here on the program. Yes. We'll get to some more roster questions, things of that nature, and people making jokes about my poor showing at the Great New York State Fair. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Jets Worldwide says the balls were obviously broken. Yeah, I'm sure it was some fair game. Hopefully that would make me feel a lot better about it, but yeah. A few of them, like I had one, so I did 2 different like football NFL games. They had jerseys and stuff available too. And on the first football game I played, like you didn't have to. So on the second game, you had to hit every target, and there was 3 targets. On another football game, they said you can hit the same one 5 times if you want to. It doesn't matter. You're not forced to move. So I just sort of set my feet in the pocket, went boom, hit one. I'm like, oh yeah. I got this. And I threw another one. It went in, and I'm like, yeah. And it rejected out. And I'm like, what? How is that even possible? How did it go in then out? And I'm like, does that count? And the guy was like, nope. Got to stay in the hole, bro. And I would have won this big ass monster prize, which apparently my daughter wanted. But then I didn't. So then I went to throw again. And because they weren't in a row, sorry, pal, you get a koala instead of a Pokemon. And I'm like, God damn it, son of a biscuit. And it went all over the place. So, yeah, on that one, 100%. Like, I hit my target. I'm probably, I don't know, 15, 20 yards away, maybe. I don't even know. But I hit the first one. I'm like, oh, yeah, baby. And I threw the second one, a freaking tight spiral. Crisp. Went right inside the little whoop. And then went whoop, whoop. And I'm like, what? Because it went in, and enough time that it went in, and I went, yeah. And then it went out. No, damn it! And oh God, it was terrible. So probably some laughs behind me immediately. Did not try the funnel cakes. Let me see. Did I try any weird food? I don't think so. What do we have? We have popcorn, so just normal popcorn. Did I get any other food? I don't think so. Because we packed it around. Like we went out to eat before we went to the fair. And then we went out to eat after the fair. So, like, no, I guess I didn't do anything funky. Normally, the best part is the food, though. The food is normally the best part. I would have dabbled. For sure. Yeah, I got a little Jets teddy bear for my daughter. A New York Jets teddy bear. It was very nice. Again, it was a pity bear because I didn't do what was necessary to win it, but that did happen. And it's true. Yes. Yes, I did miss this. We also cut Weaver, Mathis, and Cooper. That's true. So a couple of things there. Thank you, NY Jets superfan. This happened a couple days ago. Bump Cooper got cut. Rashad Weaver was out for the season. And then Mathis, his first name's escaping me, was also gone. So there are a couple other cuts. JACK. After the cuts, I expect us to add a wide receiver and a quarterback. Yeah. Now, the good news is, of course, that after the game, Aaron Glenn said that Tyrod Taylor's he's confident he's going to be ready for the season opener. That's not the same tone they had earlier. They were like, we're hopeful. And I'm like, oh, that sounds higher register and hopeful. That doesn't sound good at all. And, that sort of had me worried. Like, are we going to have to go get another quarterback or what's going on here? But, he's confident he's going to be good now. But maybe still add another quarterback as a veteran. I'll be curious because it takes two to tango, of course. Just because you want to sign somebody doesn't mean they have to sign with you. So would a quarterback be cool being the QB3 on maybe the practice squad? Like, pride, right? We just talked about pride, right? Some people are like, oh, God, a pity bear. I don't want that. Like, they're too prideful for that. Apparently, I'm not. But some people are. And a quarterback, like I keep seeing people talk about Carson Wentz. He might have already been signed, as a matter of fact, but let's use Carson Wentz as an example. Like people saying that name, that may be a guy if he's still available. I don't know. I have to catch up on all the NFL news I might have missed while I was at the State Fair yesterday. But like he's a guy maybe too prideful for that role. Like he's like, I'm either going to be in the league or I'm not. I'm not going to be on a practice squad. So that's something to note. You say, Jack, a wide receiver, 100%. A wide receiver would make a lot of sense. I would say tight end, Jeremy Rucker, you better have your head on a swivel, boy, because the Jets are going to be looking under every gosh darn rock for a tight end. And if they can claim one, if the roster is as constructed, I think Jeremy Rucker makes it, unfortunately, because there's no one else on the roster that's taking his gig. However, it's not that way. We've got waivers coming up on from Tuesday late afternoon, evening to Wednesday morning are waivers. So, yeah. There's more to come there. So Jeremy Rucker, this is a warning, pal. Keep your gosh darn head on a swivel because if the Jets get a good enough tight end, your ass is grass, buddy. I would also say again, we mentioned quarterback. That's something to watch. Wide receiver, to your point, for sure. A quarterback would certainly make sense. We talked about that. Defensive tackle is probably good. Edge rusher. Edge rusher is another one I would say watch for waivers for sure. What else? Corner's pretty deep. Safety, maybe, but the guys they sort of have, Tony Adams, Andre Sisco, Malachi Moore, Isaiah Oliver. That foursome is pretty locked in. Is there room for a fifth? Maybe, I guess, but because Dean Clark has had good moments and terrible moments. He had the missed tackle on the Packers running back that would have been a 9-yard gain that ended up being a 40-yard touchdown, but he's also had picks and sacks and stuff all over the place. And they paid a decent chunk of change to him in terms of guaranteed money. So Dean Clark is an interesting case. He's had high highs and very low lows in the preseason. So I'm curious if they feel confident about him or do they find another safety out there. So we'll see. Alon threw linebacker in there on top of everything I just said. Sure, yeah, off-ball linebacker could be a case. They seem to really like Jamin Davis. You obviously have the top two guys of Quincy and Jamian, and they just drafted Kiko, a.k.a. Francisco Mauingoa. I would imagine he's there to stay, so that's 4 deep. Do they have a fifth? Is that one of their boys they already have, like Marcelino McCrary Ball or Zaire Barnes? Or to Alon's point, is there another linebacker they could add to shake up the unit? Maybe. And as Fox Sports Talk says, baby, let's help Paul get to 8K. Smash the like button, subscribe, reminder bell for all the videos. That's true. Appreciate you, Foxy. Thank you. Yo, Holmes, BG, were you tall enough to ride the rides? I can confidently say no comment because I didn't attempt to get on any ride. So, you can't prevent me from going on if I don't even try. You got to be thinking next level, people. Next level. So who even knows? Maybe I was, maybe I wasn't, but the world will never know. You bastards. But I do not like roller coasters. So, I'm glad that Mommy said I couldn't go on that one. Yeah. I could see BG lining up to the measuring line. Yeah, I could have. That's true. For sure. Mr. Folta with some big news. All right, we'll have the the phone lines open here in a few moments, and all you guys will be able to call in. NY Jet Superfan says, Paul, sounds like you got scammed at that fair. I 1,000% did. I went to the ATM because my fiance says, hey, why don't you get some money for the games? Because it's cash. I'm like, all right. Most of it's cash. And I'm like, all right. And I'm like, wow, how much money is a good amount of money for the fair? Because I didn't see the games and see how much it was. So I'm like, I don't know, $120 maybe. Okay. Yeah, we hadn't to the point, we hadn't gotten a lot of crazy fair food or anything. So I said, all right, we're going to spend some. Let's do it for the games and try to see if I can, spend $120 and win $2 bears. So why not? So I got $120 out, and oh my God, that money lit on fire so quickly. It's not even funny. I played this one bingo game with a bouncy ball, and I was awful. And it's $1 game, so it's sort of deceiving, right? $1, it's $1. $1, $1. I was making it rain like it was a strip club or something. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. But bingo, 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 bingo. And everyone else kept winning. I'm like, what in the world? And I kept getting close, right here. I'm like, son of a gun. So lit up there. I did not play the basketball game. I played the football game a couple of times. And I played some other random game. I can't even remember what it was. It wasn't like the metal things with the baseball and you got to knock them all over. I didn't play that one. Didn't do the balloon one. So I definitely did the bingo. Did a couple of different NFL football games. But regardless of the games I did, my money lit on fire immediately. I went, wow, that was quick. And then I'm like, all right, I guess I'm done. All right, let's leave the fair, kids. So Scotty Mayhem says Tommy Cutlets is coming. Maybe it'll be Tommy. I know it's very important to Tommy to stay in this area. It's very important to Tommy. So maybe that works out for him, but I'm not sure to be certain. YouTube super chat coming in here, baby. Appreciate it. Every time I get a super chat here from my daughters, Raya Luna.
Wow.
Everaldo Jesus with a $2 super chat. Thank you so much, buddy. Boy Green, right before church is perfect. That's right, baby. Right before Lord's Day. It is. Absolutely perfecto. The perfect way to do it. By the way, buddy, appreciate that. Thank you for sending in that super chat. You're $1 away from another raffle ticket, so just keep that in mind. Again, you can do that at any point here during August, so just keep that in mind. All right? Just keep that in mind as we're doing this. I just want to make sure I have it on my bingo card here for you, Everaldo. But thank you so much for sending that along, baby. Yes, sir. Boom shakalaka. Yes. So you're $1 away. Again, just before the month of August ends, feel free to send that along. But thank you for the super chat, pal. Love super chats. All right, we're about to open up the phone lines here in a second. Yeah, the ATM, because right, so you go through the whole process, right? So, number one, I'm an idiot for getting my money drawn at the fair because they charge unbelievable ATM fees. So, you go hey, I would like $100. And it's hey, would you want a $20 service fee? It's not that much, but I'm just over-exaggerating. I'm like, sure, I guess. What is my other choice? Those bastards got me by the balls. I'm trapped. I'm like, all right, I guess. And so, yes, that was a dumb decision. I will tell you, my fiance had us pretty figured out. She packed a cooler, and I carried it, but she packed the cooler, and then that got food and drinks. You're allowed to bring that kind of stuff there, so you don't have to spend the crazy money. So good on her. She had us totally prepared. She had us totally prepared. All right, baby. We got 400 people in the room. Like the video. Hit subscribe. The Jets have made their first roster cuts. Again, throw this up here on the screen. The majority of them, as someone else did mention, there were roster cuts this week as well, beyond these ones, but they were earlier in the week. But those did happen, so I appreciate the reminder for that one. Rashad Weaver, again, he was out for the season due to an injury anyway. But yes, he also was removed from the pile along with these 6. So more cuts to come. They could come as early as today and others as well. We'll see what happens. Again, let's do this. Let's play a quick Hep song. Your phone calls next here on Boy Green Daily. Let's go.
Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily. Talking Jets football, man. Boy Green Daily, Boy Green Daily, Bud Green Daily, New York Jets Football Club. Offense, defense, special teams, watch Jets football with Boy Green. J-E-T-S, Jets, Jets, Jets. Let's go!
You know, I'm looking forward to that song being played at the Jets Cowboys tailgate. It's going to be unbelievable. I know it. And speaking of that, I cannot believe we're like 6 weeks away from that thing. That is, it just hit me. It's just starting to hit me. Like in 5 days, I've got my live fantasy draft at a bar that I'm going to be like hosting, entertaining, and then doing the draft. And I'm like, whoa, that's going to be huge. The season opener, Jets Steelers, excuse me. Like, oh my God, that's the next game the Jets play. Like, that's wild to me. And then of course, Jets Cowboys. But once you get into the season, things are moving and grooving, baby. So I'm just trying to enjoy it all because we have a lot of fun stuff coming and an awesome community. I can't wait to meet plenty of you for the first time in person. And one of those top people on the list is this guy, Hep. Let's go to the phone lines. What's up, Hep? Good morning.
Hey, fellas. Hey, Paul. I just need. We have to figure out if a car has a plug, something that I can plug into.
I think this is going to work. We'll see what happens. And I want to give a big shout out here. Let me make sure I give this. I don't know how much I've talked about it on air. So let me see. Let me have this. I have this. Lou B, the Super Jets fan. I mentioned he is. Oh yeah, he put it on the WhatsApp. He mentioned that this is called the Sprinter, and he has this B Sprinter. So it looks like this big minivan, but the back of it opens up as a DJ booth, and it's coming out and it has speakers and everything. So I believe you're going to be able to plug right into their Hep, and you'll be able to play your stuff. So again, I want to give a massive shout out to Lou B. That's something that I'm sure costs hundreds and thousands of dollars to rent. He is donating it because he loves the Boy Green Coffee Club for free.
Cow.
For the event. I know, that's what I said. I'm like, are you sure, man? I'm like, that's your business. I don't want to. And he went, no, we got to do this. I'm like, all right, if you say so.
Okay.
So he is pulling that sucker up, and I imagine that that is where you'll be able to plug right in.
I was getting ready to bring my little amp and a little table. I was wondering if you, Manchild, and you and Woody are going to do little mini shows out of that.
Good question. The good news is that to the Sprinter's point, the thing that Lou B is bringing, this beast of a vehicle, he will have mics plugged in, so like it'll be able to work in with music and stuff. Sure. So we'll be able to do at a minimum PA entertaining from that perspective. But yeah, that would be fun to do like some kind of a showy kind of thing. So maybe we could prepare something. I'll have to see like how that'll work, but that would be a lot of fun. I love doing shows.
Okay. Well, on a little different note, one of our family, Lane Train, he had called into Connor's filling in for Jake because Jake's over in Vegas.
Oh yes, right. Of course.
Right. Yeah. So Connor's, who's growing up right in front of our eyes, which is strange, you know.
Yeah.
And Lane called up and he said, "Oh, I have some news." You know, Lane's a little on the spectrum, I think. And he goes, my dad died 2 days ago, and he had a heart attack, and you know, and I just felt so bad for the guy, you know, and I'm wondering if you really understand what's going on. I just wanted to send out some love to Lane if he's watching or something like that. And I know where you're at, bud. I lost my dad not so long ago, and we're praying for you, bud.
Well, thank you for sharing that message. And Lane, of course, we're all thinking about you, buddy. You've called in a handful of times to Boy Green Daily, which we appreciate. Prayers up. And Hep, obviously, you know this as what you just were vulnerable enough to share yourself, and you've shared that a few times. I can't even imagine. Like some people say, no, I know what you mean. No, I don't. I have no idea what you mean, and what an unimaginable loss. So, Lane, and I'm seeing it in the comment section. We have an amazing community. Prayers up, man. That's an awful loss, and I hope you're doing okay, buddy. Because you're not. Is quite frankly, you're not doing okay. No one would be doing okay with that situation. But we're all thinking about you, man. So, Hep, thanks for sharing. I did not hear that.
Sure. Peace out, fellas.
All right, there you go. There's Hep joining us here on the show. Oh, what an unimaginable loss. I'm so sorry, Lane Train. Wherever you are, buddy, we're thinking about you, pal. And our love and thoughts are sent out to you. That's not going to fill the void, obviously. But hopefully it just helps a little that we're thinking of you. Hap, thank you for sharing. I had not heard that. Like I said, I'm sort of all over the place. I know Jake's out in Vegas. We on the Man Show Boy Green Digital, we do a weekly interview with Jake, and he was just about to head on his Vegas trip when we talked to him before he dipped out. So, good for Connor, man. Maybe we'll run into Connor, and then we're going to see the singular bars where he's up here and I'm down here. So apparently everyone keeps telling me that's what happened. That's going to be very weird because I just see Connor's head in my brain, and it being on this very tall body is a hard thing for my little peanut brain to picture. But in all seriousness, again, lane train, baby. We're thinking about you. All right, let's go to the phone lines here. Again, we got 427 people in the room. Make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe. We've got 100 of those 427 people on YouTube watching right now, which we appreciate. That is the optimal way to enjoy Boy Green Daily here on the program. Appreciate you. We have 66 likes, but 100 people in the room. Guys, don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. Hit that like button, baby. It helps spread this Jet show in front of others. Okay, so let's keep it rolling. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. Mr. Famous Fulton is here.
Well, good morning, Paul.
Oh, good morning, sir. I heard you have good news to share.
Yes, I do. So we were supposed to have a softball game yesterday,
All right.
but the other team didn't have enough players, so they forfeited, and we won a game.
Okay,
and
nice.
we are heading to our state back-to-back champion game on September the 6th.
Wow. Congratulations, buddy. That's amazing.
Yep.
They were obviously scared of you guys. That's why they didn't show up. They were scared.
They're scaredy cats.
That's right, baby. A bunch of scaredy cats.
Yep. And I also have other news. I'm auditioning for Singing in the Rain.
Ooh. Wow.
The song I'll be singing is That's For Me from the State Fair in 1945.
Wow, what a classic!
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
nice.
Yeah.
How'd you come to that choice?
Oh, well, one of my friends helped me with it, and they said, "Oh, I think you might like to do that song," and I said, "Yeah, I would. I'd love to do it. I'd love to try to get that main part with Don Locks or something."
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's sweet. So let me ask you real quick, Mr. Famous, as we have you here on the screen, is where did you get those shades? Because those are looking pretty cool.
Oh, I got those at the State Fair in Indiana.
Oh, wow. We were just talking about State Fairs. Okay. I like the cut of the jib, man, because people are saying that. Do you know who Brian Bosworth is, Mr. Famous?
I'm not sure if I do or not.
Okay, so I'm going to throw this up on the screen. Here's a picture. This is Brian Bosworth. You're bringing Boz energy here, and it's a good thing. I like it. I like the cut of your jib, pal. Yeah, you're bringing some Boz energy. This is very nice.
Yep, it's like we're going back to the 90s or something.
Yeah, I know. I miss the Boz. I miss the hair and the shades.
I missed it. I missed it. Yep, I sure am.
Well, congratulations on all the great news, Mr. Famous Fulton. We love hearing about every chapter of your journey here on the show.
Yep, we'll let you know if we win our champion, and hopefully you guys can watch the videos and stuff.
Well, maybe they even show up. Maybe they're scared too. I would be.
Yeah, they're scared.
I was across. Yeah, that could happen. Mr. Famous Fulton, thanks, brother.
Thank you.
There he is. The Boz, baby. The Boz. Unbelievable. Boz energy. Oh, yeah. Brian Bosworth. What a callback. I saw that. That's immediately what I thought. Me and who said it too? Someone else said it here in the chat too. Where was it? Who else said Boz? I saw it and I thought of two things. Yep, look. So Yo Home said Fulton looking like the Boz. I thought about that, but I will be honest. The first person I thought of was Bret the Hitman Hart in Fox Sports Talk. So I saw you said that too, Foxy. That's immediately the first one I went like Bret Hitman the Hart. The best there was, the best there is, and the best there ever will be. And I also went Boz in my head. Those were the first two names that came up. So shout out to Yo Holmes and shout out to Fox Sports Talk. Foxy, Stephen Fox. Unbelievable. Great energy, Mr. Famous Fulton. And, Alon says, how in the hell did Fulton find the show? I don't know, but I'm glad you did, Mr. Famous Fulton. Thank you. The internet is a far and wide-reaching place. We get all kinds of people here on the show, which is awesome. So we've got a lot of great fans of this program that are Jet fans or not, which I really appreciate. So thank you, Boz and Bret Hart Energy. Beautiful. Again, we have almost 500 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. Let's go back to the phone lines. One of the hottest rising Jets content creators in the universe that is on an absolute heater, a meteoric rise, I read in the Rolling Stones. Ricky New York Live graces us with his presence right now on the show. What's up, Ricky?
Hey, what's happening, Paul?
Hey, not much, man. Not much.
Just rolled in from work a minute ago, and well, I guess in the next 48 hours, we're going to find out who our 53 is. And
but I want to apologize right off the top, Ricky. We gave you a moment at the beginning of the show over this. One of the cuts was unfortunately Ontario Pokey Wilson, and we did give you a moment of silence at the beginning of the show. So I just want you to know that that we handled that with the utmost respect and care.
I appreciate it. You know, he didn't even really get very much playing time in that Philly game. And so I knew just from that you know, that was going to be the outcome there. But hey, you know what? Toafili got himself a touchdown though.
Oh my goodness, yeah, he showed some pop. So good for him, man.
Yeah, he's a good kid too. However, it's a different Seminole that I'm worried about right now.
Ooh, okay.
I'll tell you what, the Patriots released Jaheim Bell, the tight end.
Oh, I love him.
Days ago.
Super athletic guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he would be an upgrade on Rucker, like right now.
Oh,
you know, that not to mention, you know, him knowing their playbook, you know, having played with Mabe last year.
Sure.
So, you know, a little extra added bonus, but
is Jaheim Bell like a second-year player now?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought he was a rookie last year. I couldn't remember. Okay, Jaheim Bell.
Yeah. He was a rookie. He came out the same year, you know, or when we drafted Jordan Travis and Keon Coleman went to the Bills.
Yeah. Oh, we wanted Bell. Right. Now it's all coming.
He was in that same draft class, but I'll tell you what, he had like a rushing touchdown and a receiving touchdown against LSU when Jaden Daniels was still there.
Nice.
And but I'll tell you what, and I was at the one game, and that was the game where like Keon Coleman, it was his first game, and he caught 3 touchdowns in that game, and like that game was pretty much, you know, already out of hand. Like we were going to win that game anyway, but and then Raheem Bell's touchdown just kind of put the nail in the coffin there. But I'll tell you what, he stemmed like he was going to block this guy, and he like sold it so good that like the whole defensive backfield just ignored him. Like he ended up taking off, and the way he sold that was sweet. Like he did a really good job with that.
Yeah.
And I think he ran like the third fastest 40 out of all the tight ends that year too.
Ooh,
like he's an athletic dude.
Yeah.
So and like I said, you could use him in a lot of different ways too. So I'm thinking a creative guy like Engstrom would have a blast with something like that.
Again, I said it at the beginning of the show, Ricky, that you know, if the Jets do nothing at tight end, nothing more, like whoever's on the roster is on the roster, and they're making their cuts on that, I think, unfortunately, Jeremy Rucker makes it. However, if the Jets are doing their homework on the waiver wire that is coming today, if anyone gets cut, to your point, like a Jaheim Bell, or over the coming days, I think Ruckert's ass is grass, man. I think you're going to be able to find someone of the 1,100 players that are about to hit the free agent pool of waiver wire or vested veteran. That's got to be an upgrade, either as a blocker or a receiver. And again, to your point, maybe a young guy with upside like Jaheim Bell would check that box. Works for me, whoever it is. Like, let's shuffle the deck here a little bit because obviously it hasn't worked.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree. I completely agree. But I feel like I have a pretty good idea which of our guys are going to make it. So for me right now, like, yeah, I guess I'm waiting for the final wave of free agency on Tuesday.
Yeah.
So I want to see. I mean, because there's always, whether it's ends up being a cap related thing or whatever. There's always a few good players, and a few surprising ones too that end up getting cut loose every year. So I don't know. It just what I could even get by with our tight ends and receivers how they are, but give me a defense.
like into the season, not making any changes.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to, but if we didn't, I could live with that. But you got to give me an edge. You got to give me one defensive end.
1,000%. Whether it's trade or waivers, 1,000%. I agree. I thought that before the Rashad Weaver out for the season injury news, but I feel it even more now. Like, boy, you need to get another significant body in here. And again, that could come via waiver. There's a lot of ways. The season still, whatever it is, 2 weeks away. There's a lot of ways to do it, but boy, you gotta act quick. Gotta act quick.
Yep, absolutely. All right, man.
Give a plug real quick, Ricky, to your buzzing channel. I think I read about it. I was at the magazine, I was at on the corner. And I'm like, well, this Ricky New York guy, buzzing, trending,
Let me see.
What do we got cooking?
Okay, so yeah, Ricky New York Live, and the next show would be this coming Saturday, the 30th at 8 p.m.
And did I read it correct, Ricky? Did I read it correct that you said you have a lot of big guests coming, but you're going to wait for the regular season to unveil this star lineup? Did I read that in the paper correct?
I've talked to a few people, and
all right,
I've had a couple of people say they would like to come on, and then a couple of other people that I'm kind of working out scheduling stuff. But
well, great. Again, this is the Ricky New York Live YouTube channel. People, Ricky New York Live on YouTube. Look it up right now and hit that subscribe button. But go ahead, Ricky.
Yeah, like when I really started thinking about it, I was like, man, you know what? I get so fired up and ready to go, and I enjoyed making content, and
yeah, man.
But I thought about it. I was like, man, I don't want to burn through my entire guest list before the season even starts. When we're kind of scratching for something to talk about on some days. And so I sat back, thought about it for a minute. And I was like, you know what? Let's just go ahead and wait. And but you know what? We're not far away at all.
No, I mean, we're right there.
Yeah. What do we?
Let me check my days here. So it's at 7. Yeah, like 2 weeks from today, right?
Yeah.
31-7. Yeah. So 2 weeks. Holy shit! I didn't even realize that till just now, and you brought it up. Yeah, 2 weeks from today is the Jets Steelers season opener. That's wild.
Yeah, the schedule I work is so rough, because when I went to work at Saturday, when I get home from work at Sunday, so
that's trippy.
And doing that day after day with maybe 4 to 5 hours sleep each night, and then do it again, like after a while the days all kind of start to bleed together. But that's why when I get my days off, I take the first day to rest and recover, and the second day is the day for content.
There you go. That's a good
plan. But next show would be Saturday at 8 p.m., which my shows are always 8 p.m.
Okay.
Regardless if it's a Thursday or a Saturday. But
I love it.
All right. Appreciate you, Paul, man. Thank you so much, and have a great day. And everybody have a great day, and I will see you this week.
There he is, Ricky New York live. And again, another moment of silence for Ricky New York. He lost Pokey Wilson. Thank you, Pokey Wilson. Gone but not forgotten. Hopefully you land on your feet, Pokey Wilson. We'll be thinking about you, pal. We have 500 people in the room. Like the video, hit subscribe. As Rich Samini said on social media, there will be surprises. He's talking about the roster cuts. Always happens with a new regime. Again, there's so much we don't know. There's so much we can study. There's so much we can observe, but there's still so much we don't know. How many wide receivers do they like to keep? How many defensive backs? How many defensive tackles? How many offensive linemen? We don't know the answer to any of these questions. There's no history. Aaron Glenn's never been a head coach. Darren Mucci has never been a general manager. It's all speculation. Like how the Lions sort of did this. The Broncos sort of did this when Mucci was there. You know? Like we're connecting dots. I'm not sure. But Rich Samini guarantees that surprises are among us. And they're coming. Again, I think the positions to watch in terms of surprise, like wide receiver. Which wide receivers do they like? Quentin Skinner, Brandon Smith, Jamal Pritchett. Like, which one is it going to be up in the air? Potential for trades or other conversations. Where's that going to go? I don't know. Tight end. Circle that one. Edge rusher. Yes. Apparently, as Lon pointed out, linebacker depth. All right, you can tell me on that. Sure. Safety. Whoa, what's going on there? Is there a fifth safety to be had? Quarterback situation. Obviously. Yeah. Quarterbacks. I don't know what's going on there. Running backs, if Isaiah Davis is hurt more than we think, is there a spot there at running back? Is it Donovan Edwards? Is it somebody else? I don't know. It's a good question. I saw Alon was bringing up Alan Lazard that it's time. Let me see if I can bring that comment up here on the program. Yep, there it is. Let's throw this up on Alan Lazard. Okay. Now, Zach Rosenblatt said likely that Alan Lazard will end up on that short-term IR, which would kick him out, for the first 4 weeks of the season. To Alon's point, you could just straight up cut him, of course, and move on. And here was his comment in full. Cut Lazard. It is time. What is he really going to tell the Steelers? They know we're going to run the ball. Yeah, I guess so. But just still, like, it's not like he's going to tell them misinformation, right? Like everything he tells them will be accurate information of tendencies from Tanner Angstrand and all kinds of things. It could be a brain drain. So I don't think it's worth it. Again, if you want to trade him somewhere, like trade him to the Vikings or something, because we've heard those rumors, like, so be it. I wouldn't cut Lazard because, boy, for the Steelers to immediately pick him up just for the information, like, why give the Steelers any kind of advantage? So maybe that's just the superstition in me, but yeah, that part makes me a little nervous. Hey, if they put Lazard in the game, he drops balls for them. Phenomenal, because that's what he does here. But yeah, I'm a little, I'm a nervous Purvis for that possibility. Maybe I shouldn't be. But again, if he's likely going to short-term IR, then he's going to be out for the first 4 weeks anyway. I'm curious, can you play the roster game? Can you put him on the short-term IR and then he's out for the first 4 weeks and then cut him and he's still out for the first 4 weeks? That I don't know. If you can, then sweet. Then you sort of cryogenically lock his ass so he can't play for the Steelers. But I guess they could still pick him up either. So maybe it's the same difference. That's true. Jets Worldwide says this. The only rule about Boy Green Daily, and there's only one rule, is we hit the like button as soon as we walk in. So just make it a part of your routine. I agree. Again, I don't like every video that I'm watching, so I got to be better about it too. So again, it's a thing that you don't even think about, but the like button's right there on your screen. It helps get this Jet Show in front of others. That's how we expand, right? Alon says, how in the hell did Mr. Famous find this show? Well, likely from a lot of you guys liking the video and it just popping up in his feed. It's like, what the hell is this? And then booyah, we get a fan. So it's pretty cool. Fox Sports Talk says, I hope we get a 6 for Lazard. I hope we get anything for Lazard. A player-for-player swap, a 7th, a 6th, a whatever. It doesn't matter to me. That'd be great. If we could get literally anything at all. Because what an awful experience that has been. Awful. Speaking of Jets Worldwide, wide. There from MFC. Appreciate you. What a fun show, everybody. A very fun show. 521 people in the room right now. We appreciate you. A couple of shout outs here. Again, every time you give $3 on this channel, it can be super chats, memberships, all of the above. All of these items on your screen are up for grabs, baby, for this month, and then we'll put together the next giveaway. I already have a bunch of items pre-prepared. They're sitting in front or behind, rather, this camera. I've got a bunch of cool new merch that's ready to go for our next giveaway in the month of September to get you guys ready for it. So really appreciate you. By the way, something I want to do real quick. Something I want to do very quickly here is I'm going to throw my email up on the screen, okay? It's right here. Here's my email. It's my first name, middle initial, last name, jr@gmail.com. So this is my full email, PAULAESDENJR@gmail.com. Some of you have expressed interest before so we've got 59 people, I believe is the official number of people that are actually sitting with us at the game. And some of you have expressed previous interest in, hey, for the people that are going, they want to sit by my dad. If that is true out there in the universe, anyone that is coming to our game and they wanted to sit by Pop during the game, I know there was a few people, reach out to me because I know a few people wanted to compete for it, and there's only one spot to sit at because his wife and children will be sitting to the other side of him. So if you guys are interested, reach out ASAP, because one of the things we want to do is we want to dole out tickets. I want to start transferring these tickets so you guys have them. The last order of business is just figuring out who's sitting next to my dad, and I wanted to leave that spot available for somebody. And probably what we'll do is a donation to the Wounded Warrior Project, which is his raffle going on, which I'll throw up here on the screen here in just a minute. Probably whoever does that will get the seat next to my Pop, because like I said, we want to dole out these tickets, and that would be really cool for my dad. So if you guys are out there in the universe, I think Indy was one of them. I had someone else email me about interest and a few others. If you guys do have interest in sitting next to Pop, you're sitting with us at the game already, because that's a prerequisite. I don't have any more tickets to sell. But if you guys are already committed to those tickets and you wanted to sit next to my Pop, Indy. So I see Indy. I remembered Indy being one of the people that were interested. Please reach out via email. Although now I know that Indy's in, so I guess he doesn't have to. But anyone else that's in our group that wanted to, let me know. We'll try to find a way to set it all up. So you can. There's only one seat, so I only have one to offer. But we'll see if we can work something out, because people were saying, hey, can I bid on it? Can I do this? Can I do this? I think if we do something for the Wounded Warrior Project, that would be the coolest way to hand out or dole out this ticket. So if you guys are interested beyond Indy, I know Indy is, that's at least one person. I thought there was a few others that reached out, but I've now lost track after all these months of ticket sales, so I'm not exactly sure who else is on that list. But if you are interested, please email me and say, whoa, Paul, I'm interested. And then we'll try to figure out a fair way that you guys can all dole it out to figure it out. So that is PAULAESDENJR@gmail.com, and we'll try to figure out. That's the last piece of the puzzle, and then all the tickets will be transferred here shortly for all those that are paying attention. And real quick, a plug for the Hop on Pop Wounded Warrior Project 50/50 raffle. 50% of the proceeds goes to the Wounded Warrior Project. 50% of the proceeds goes to you, the individual who wins this. We're going to draw this at our Tailgate Live. The raffle tickets are $1 a piece, people, a singular $1, and you have a chance. But this is all for charity, so consider that, and hopefully you guys can grab even more money than that. Please note that any money spent on this channel, super chat, super sticker, stuff like that, is not towards this raffle. It is a separate raffle. The only way to submit raffle tickets to my father's Wounded Warrior Project raffle is via Venmo or PayPal. Please keep that in mind. That is at Paul-Esden on Venmo, or at HopOnPop22 on PayPal. Venmo, Paul-Esden, PayPal, HopOnPop22. With that big logo in the top right-hand side of the screen is your profile picture that you're looking for. Shades, beard, spiky hair. That is him. All right. Thank you for that. All right, let's go to the phone lines here. And I love that this man has utilized the power that's in front of him to come on the show even when it's not his written day. It is Bob Lederer, our Jets historian, joining us here on the show. What's up, Bob?
Well, I'm sorry I know your dad's not listening today, because he said yesterday he wasn't going to be able to be. But I have to I'm calling in to apologize to Indy.
Indy. Oh, wow. Okay. Here we go.
Indy told us a couple of weeks ago, when I honestly asked him, tell us what's wrong with Donovan Edwards. And he just said he's just not good enough.
Yeah.
Well, there was one play Friday night that just stuck out to me like this isn't a sore thumb, but it was a sore thumb.
Okay.
And Edwards was in to block late in the fourth quarter.
Okay.
And one of the big fatties who he was trying to block just basically went like this. And he all but threw Donovan Edwards into the quarterback.
Oh, Jesus.
Because, I want to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Because he's so small that it's impossible for him to stop anybody like that. I mean, in the good old days, Emerson Boozer, was taught, and everybody else was, just stick your helmet into the numbers and slow him down. Well, but when the guy outweighs you by 150 pounds, it's not going to work. So Donovan Edwards is only, and again, I love the line from your dad, from yesterday. I watched it last night. When he said, he scored a touchdown against a guy who's going to be parking cars next week.
That is true. That was said on the show.
It was a good line, and it's true. And that's the whole thing. That by the fourth quarter of the third preseason game, you're not playing against the best competition by far.
Right.
And I don't see how the Jets are going to carry Donovan Edwards as a kick returner. And maybe, a fourth or a fifth running back temporarily, until Isaiah Davis isn't hurt anymore.
Yeah.
I just don't see it, unfortunately. And, I didn't see enough even on Friday night. I mean, he made a couple of, nice runs, but, certainly nothing like, was it Travis, not Travis, the wide receiver who made those two great moves, to turn a 1-yard gain into an 11-yard gain.
Jamal Pritchett. Yes, he undrafted free agent out of South Alabama.
Yeah, I mean, I was really surprised your dad didn't see him sticking.
Yeah, me too. Rich didn't have him in on his latest one. I'll have to double check because he did an update on it yesterday morning. But the night after the game, so the game happens and then he puts it out. That night he did not have Pritchett making it. He did make an update while I was at the State Fair, so I'm not sure if that updated version has it. But he did not have him make it. I think the kid did enough, to be honest with you, to make it. But I know there's a lot of tough decisions. He's a smaller guy. It's like 5'8", 5'9", but boy, he's given a lot in that body.
Well, he's a specialist, and he's going to be a kick returner. He'll be a kick returner, and if nothing else, and you got to have more than one of those.
Yes.
Obviously, they've got a kick returner already who actually, is pretty darn good. But I guess the thing about it is when you're a team that's rebuilding like the Jets, there's so many positional needs because you're not really that strong or that deep anywhere. I mean, I wouldn't mind finding another offensive lineman. They may think they don't need one, but you can never have enough good ones that even those that you can be building up and coaching up. And, again, the waiver wire is going to have 1,200 people there.
Yeah, right. What an insane number that is, right? You say that, Bob, and that's an accurate number. It's 1,200 people are about to lose their jobs temporarily because some are going to get claimed in practice squads. There's all kinds of roster gymnastics about to happen. But 1,200 people are about to suddenly just be available. What a crazy thing for an NFL team. There is 20 hours between when all the players have to be cut by at 4:00 on Tuesday and noon the next day, which the claims have to be in at that point, and then they're revealed to the public. That's 20 hours of time. Yeah, to be in an NFL room combing through 1,200 players, I'm like, this one's good. This one sucks. What an impossible task these.
But that's why you have scouts.
Of course, right?
And the scouts who cover the college teams, I'm assuming during preseason are watching the pro team preseason games. That's what I'm assuming.
Right, because there's pro personnel scouts and then there's the college scouts. So
exactly. But you put all your personnel to work there, and you can find a diamond in the rough. I mean, look at Quincy Williams.
Oh my God, he was unbelievable.
I mean, how in the world you look at it in retrospect? How could Tennessee ever cut him?
Jacksonville,
Jacksonville. How could they ever cut him?
And an all-pro, a first-team all-pro on waivers? That is just
Well,
unbelievable.
not only that, but the year that he's going into his third year with the Jets now?
Yeah, let me double check that. Let me see on Quincy. See when he arrived. It's somewhere in that range for sure.
Yeah,
Okay, let's see.
and where had the Jets finished the year before? That was Salah's first year? The end of Salah's first year with the Jets?
Yeah, he's going into Quincy's going into his 5th year with the Jets.
This
will
fifth
be year
year.
number 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
But he got not only got cut, but he got through several other teams who could have put a waiver claim in for him, and obviously didn't because the Jets got him.
Yeah.
So there are diamonds in the rough there that just get cut because it's not their time yet, or they do need development. Like Ricky just said, there are guys out there that that can make a difference, and I don't think it's going to be Pokey Wilson.
I'm sorry, Ricky. Yeah, I don't.
Sorry, Ricky, about that.
Pokey, but, yeah, I don't think it's going to be Pokey.
Hey, there's again in the old days they used to have 17 rounds in the draft.
I know, right?
I mean, that's how much talent was out there,
right?
And it's still out there,
of course.
Because of the negotiations between the players' union and the National Football League, they cut down to make more opportunity for more players out there to go where they wanted to go and to have more opportunities to play.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, that's why we only have 7 rounds.
Yeah.
So, there's a lot of football talent out there. It's just a matter of identifying it. Look, if San Francisco's quarterback can be the last pick in the draft.
And
my goodness. I mean, Tom Brady.
199, 6th round, 2000 draft.
Yeah. So
it happens.
So yeah, Tuesday will be interesting. In fact, I'm going to pick up the newspaper right now and see who got cut yesterday. Not that I'll know who most of those guys are, but Wednesday and Thursday, you can really go to town, and so maybe on Friday we'll have some new guys to talk about.
I think so, and that'll be the last show before we get to the week. So this week we'll talk about all the roster cuts and where the roster is sort of settled at, and a week later, Bob, we'll be 48 hours out from the season opener against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I can't even imagine what that's going to be.
Everybody you have on is going to have to make their predictions.
That's for sure. We'll need it, Bob. We'll have to start doing that on a week-to-week basis.
Got to get my computer ready.
There you go. We'll get it ready.
Load it up.
There we go. Bob, thanks for calling in on a Sunday. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. You have a good day, good week to everybody out there. We'll see you on Friday.
There he is, Bob Lederer. And I just love. I was just thinking about this yesterday, getting all philosophical of this show and the amorphous nature that it is. You guys wanted Bob. Bob comes on. He reaches out to me, and for good reason, Jerry Philbin, unfortunately, passed away. And Bob in his book, of course, we're a natural. It's right here. Beyond Broadway Joe, the team that changed football forever. Prominently featured, obviously, here on Boy Green Daily. He reaches out because, it's sad for Jerry Philbin and Philbin's family, obviously, but it's a great reason to bring back up the book because he had the chapter on every player. So anytime one of those players inevitably passes away, we could talk about the book and the moments and the life of all these people, right? So he was supposed to come on for that one spot to talk about Jerry Philbin, and then let's move on. But there was just too much to uncover. We just couldn't possibly cover it all in one interview, and you guys wanted more Bob. And now Bob has carved out time to join us every single week. He has called in when it's not even his day. He's paying attention. He's caring. He's showing his love, and you guys hate him. There's all kinds of different takes on Bob. But there's a lot of thank yous to Bob in the comment section for good reason. Bob's been a wonderful addition to the show, so it's going to be super fun to have that perspective throughout the entire season. So I really appreciate that from Bob. And like I said, I was just thinking about it yesterday. All the things that happen on this show just by circumstance. Now, real quick, because we're talking about the hop on Pop thing, like, man, how do we determine who's going to be the guy that's sitting next to Pop? First off, I see this from MFC. I missed this earlier. I'm sort of glad I missed this earlier, but
wow.
MFC, a member for 15 months, has a quarterback suggestion for the Jets. Tim Boyle's still available. Thank you for that, MFC. No, thank you. Yeah. That Tim Boyle started multiple games for the New York Jets that I had to sit and watch through is something I'm going to be talking to my therapist about for the next 10 years. So thanks, MFC. Appreciate that. Thank you for that coming in. But also, we heard this from Hep. How about the highest wounded warrior donator sits next to Pop? So in theory, I love this idea, Hep. That makes a lot of sense. It's the charity in which my dad is associated with and the work he's doing. The only problem is we're taking donations all the way through October 4th. So the problem is that if someone, I'm making this up, because we're taking those donations through midnight the night before the game. If someone drops $1,000 donation and that womps everyone out of the ballpark, I would then have to transfer that ticket to that person, quote unquote, last second. So that would mean multiple tickets would be up in the air for people that would be donating to it. So that could just complicate things. So I like it in theory, Hep. But the problem is, I think that's going to be too late in the game. We're going to have to transfer the tickets well before that date. So what I think is going to happen, because I just found that individual, his name is Shad Johnson, who's a member of the Boy Green Coffee Club. I found his email that said, hey, man, I don't get to watch your show every single day, but let me know whenever you determine how you're going to dole out the Pop seat. So there is Shad Johnson, who shouted to Shad. He would love to sit by my father. Indy Jets would like to sit by my dad. So there's a few people. So I think the way I'm going to, as I'm figuring this out live, I think, sort of a donation to the Wounded Warrior Project. Like this is probably how I'll do it. I'll let Shad and Indy know as the two people. If anyone else is interested, again, reach out to my email. I'll throw that back up on the screen real quick, and then I will consider you. But you guys got to reach out ASAP. Okay. Here's my email. Again, my first name, middle initial, last name, the letters jr@gmail.com. PAULAESDEN, jr@gmail.com. If you guys want to sit next to my Pop, and you have any interest in being a part of that, and you're already a part of our tailgate, let me know. Again, I have no additional tickets to sell, so sorry, those are sold out. But if you are already a part of our tailgate, you are eligible for what I'm saying right now. And if you want to sit next to him, reach out to me ASAP. But here's what I believe I'm going to do. I'm going to give everyone who's interested, right now we have 2 people, I'm going to give everyone who's interested, I will give you an email, and I will say, hey, this is going to be a silent auction. And how it's going to work in my made-up silent auction head is you will make a blind donation to my father's Wounded Warrior Project giveaway, and whoever among you has the highest silent donation to the Wounded Warrior Project will get the ticket. But it's blind, so if Indy, in my head, if Indy gives $50, but Shad randomly picks 60, he won't know how much Indy gave. Indy won't know how much Shad gave, so it's blind. So you just bet whatever you're willing to spend to sit next to my Pop. And the good news is it all goes to charity. So take that for what you will. So I believe that's how I'm going to operate. Do not send it now, whoever you are out there in the universe, Indy Jets or Shad or anyone else, because I want to give you guys all the same fair opportunity. And whatever that blind donation is, whoever is the highest of that blind donation will win that spot next to Pop. And that's how we'll determine it. I think that's the fairest way to do it. So everyone has a chance. You guys can do as much as you want or as little as you want. I don't know. Maybe $1 will do it. Maybe $2 will do it. I don't know. Maybe $50 will do it. Maybe $100 will do it. I have no idea. But that's the opportunity I'll give for everyone that's interested. So I see 2 people interested at least in Shad and Indy Jets, and those people will have the opportunity to do so. So again, multiple people want to sit next to Pop. That's cool that multiple people want to sit next to Pop. I think that would be the fairest way to figure it out and do it there. So appreciate it. And again, I will confirm that with my Pop to make sure that's what he wants to do, and then we'll go from there. So thank you, Shad, and thank you, Indy, and everyone else who's interested. Again, if you are interested, email me, and I will include you in that little package of action happening. All right, let's go back to the phone lines. He's been making a couple of appearances here on the program. It is Neil Sr. back on the show. What's up, Neil?
What's up, Paul? How you doing?
Excellent.
Hey, who gets to sit next to you in that game?
That's a good question. No, well, I guess Woody will probably have to because we have a photo guy there, but no one else has bid or even shown any interest whatsoever, which does not surprise me. So
I'd rather sit next to you than your grumpy old man.
Oh, I appreciate that. I'm
if
higher
I
on the
sit next
priority
to
list.
him, let me put it this way: if I sit next to him, I will make sure he gets you that wash. Did you get that washer dryer
I
yet?
did not. No, I
I
did not.
am going to make sure he buys you. In fact,
Oh,
my
okay.
my family's was in the TV and appliance business.
Oh, cool.
Keep this in mind. If I sit next to your dad, I'm going to wrestle his wallet out of his pants. It probably has a lot of spider webs on it.
That could
And then
be.
I'm going to take his credit card. I'm going to call the
Okay.
appliance store and deliver the washer dryer to you with his
That would be
credit.
beautiful. I'd really appreciate that.
You
I
think I
actually have
could
to
do
go do
that? He
laundry.
probably would fight me, boy. He's a strong guy.
Yeah, I'm sure you're a strong guy too, Neil.
No,
So,
no, I'll get somebody with me, like Rob from
oh,
Glenhead.
oh,
He can
nice.
hold
There you
your.
go.
Listen, Rob from Glenhead.
Yeah.
He's my sidekick, dude. He is
Okay.
a monster.
Okay, that's a good choice. That's
How
a good
big?
choice.
Your father's big, right? How big is your father?
He's probably 5'8", 5'9", and probably weight wise, I don't know, maybe 225, 250, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, he's a big guy.
Yeah.
Plus, you're not gonna screw with your dad.
Well,
How
good
old is
luck.
your dad?
I'd
How
pay to
old is
watch
your
it.
dad?
Let's see. So he was born on May 22nd, 1968. So whatever the math is on that, 57 maybe.
All right. That's good. But so let me ask you a quick question. What
Yeah,
is the
sure.
story with the tailgate? Is the tickets all gone? You just said,
They
or
are now all gone. Yes.
so
We sold out both tailgate and this. But the good news is you could show up. Unfortunately, you won't be able to have any of the food, but you'll be able to show up and see everybody and stuff like that.
well, I could order something. Well, listen, if I go to that game,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to come to your tailgate, and prior to the tailgate, I'll order something from Kevin that he could bring me to the game
Oh,
separately.
sure. Yeah, I guess that's true. Sure.
I
Yeah.
have to have Chef Kevin's food. I have
Oh
to
my
taste
God.
that food. That
Yeah.
is honestly one of the biggest reasons I want to go. That is the biggest attraction to your tailgate
Yeah.
is having him do it. You know what I mean? He is
100%.
really an amazing, his stuff is mouth watering, man.
My radio partner that I work with for a long time, he's bringing his son. The only reason he's a Giants fan, they're Giants fans. Okay, we're
Oh
going to a
God.
Jets Cowboys game. The only reason he's coming is because Chef Kev. He saw the videos, he saw the pictures of what he's cooking. He's like, I'm in. I'm like, it's a Jets Cowboys game. I'm in. I'm like, all right. So he just wants to go there for the food, which I can't blame
So
him.
how
The
many
food's
people
excellent.
are at, how many tickets did you sell? What's the story? How many people are at
So
the
Jets
tailgate?
tickets sitting with us is 59 tickets, and then people at the tailgate is 63 people.
All right, so we got 60 at the tailgate.
Yeah.
Okay. So, I told you, I'm, as we get closer,
Yeah.
I'm starting to get more and more excited.
Yeah.
Again, I'm a wounded warrior myself. Forget about the thing. I'm a wounded warrior with what's gone on with this team the last 2 years.
Yeah.
It's really given me. I can't believe. I mean, I still watch every snap. I still,
Yeah.
look, I'm still excited game day. I'm still excited, and I am always optimistic about what we are as a team. I saw one punch say that 6 wins is going to be our limit. I don't really agree with any of that. We really don't know. We
Of
really
course not.
don't. And you know what? What really gives me the most hope.
Yeah.
I just watched a ton of I love watching Parcells mic'd up, and
Yeah.
I love watching his documentary about his coaching career.
Oh, yeah. That's
And
right.
when you look at his tree, with the
Oh, my God.
I mean, his tree is all successful. He
Mhm.
is the only coach that really has a tree that doesn't really have any bums on it.
No.
I
There's
mean, when you
plenty of
think
other
about
coaches
it,
that have bad branches, right?
right?
Parcells tree is pretty good. Yeah.
Right, pretty good. It's excellent. And
Yeah.
if Aaron Glenn, if any of what Aaron Glenn does is able to, you know, connect with the players the way Parcells was able to, you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
going to be a major difference to what we're used to seeing, Paul.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Here it is, real quick. Here is the tree. I thought there's going to be an image to pull up immediately here. So here's the Bill Parcells coaching tree. Here it is. All right, from Sperano to Palmer, Sean Payton, of course, Todd Haley, Bill Belichick, Tom Coughlin, Romeo Crennel, Al Groh, Nick Saban is on this list. Mangenius, Eric Mangini's on this list. Who else do we got on this list? Jim Schwartz, Dick Duran, God rest his soul. Steve Spagnuolo, great coach. Bobby Petrino, Hanley, Fassel. Oh my God, he's. I mean, this is an unbelievable list. Unbelievable.
I can't understand why Fassel never. When the
Yeah, why didn't
Giants,
he get a chance? Right?
right?
Yeah.
Nobody gave him a second chance. That was really weird.
Oh,
That
Spags. You're talking about Spags, not Fassel. Fassel was the special teams guy. So Spagnuolo is with the. So he had the shitty head coach run with the St. Louis Rams, and he never got a chance again.
No, I'm talking about Fassel. Fassel was the Giant coach that never got caught on again coaching after the Giants. Who did he get? He never had another job.
Yeah, let me see on Fassel.
I
Maybe.
think he was like he never got another job after the Giants, to my recollection.
Oh, yes. Both of them didn't get that other opportunity. You're right. Yeah. Fassel got his chance, but then he never got another one. Yeah, he was. Let's see. He got the head. He was with the Giants during that Super Bowl they lost to the Baltimore Ravens. He was there in
Right.
'97 through 2003. Yep, and never got a. Well, yeah. The only other head coaching job he had after that was for the Las Vegas Locomotives, which I'm unclear. Who is that? Was that back in the UFL days? When is this? Yeah, the United Football League. There you go, the Las Vegas Locomotives. And then his career ended. So yeah, that's crazy. He never got another head coaching chance. Yeah, he didn't either. Or Spags.
Naturally, the last coach on his tree that was our coach, came in like a ball of fire with Grow. We were 6-0. What were we when we started with him?
Oh my God, it was a big run, whatever it was.
Yeah, I was at that Tampa game.
Yeah.
When with the fireman and Ed and the whole gang.
Yeah.
What a game that was. I stayed at that game till the end, and we came back and won. If you remember, that was the
beautiful
Curtis Martin, or was it Curtis Martin to Corbett was the winning touchdown when he threw it.
Yes.
We went wild. Paul, we got trashed by all the Tampa fans in that game. It rained like a son of a bee.
Yeah.
We all stayed at the same hotel, and everybody, my friend was with me. He's like, Neil, let's get the hell out of here. What are you kidding me? We're not coming back in this game. I said, sit down and relax. We come back, and all of us, like the whole section, Fireman Ed led us down the turnstile. We were going JETS chants all the way, brought it back to the hotel. I mean, that was one of the most incredible trips I've been on. And it was a great trip. It was insane.
Hey, by the way, I didn't even realize this. This was something else we could do. So the night before, the tailgate we're doing is Jets Cowboys Sunday, October 5th. The night before, we're doing a meet and greet at Chef Kevin Gilbert's restaurant. So if you want a taste of the food, we're going to be at Chef Kevin Gilbert's restaurant the night before. I believe that's in Caldwell, New Jersey, is his restaurant, the Cloverleaf Tavern. And Chef Kev is going to be there and a bunch of other Jet fans. So if that, I don't know where that is in relation to you, Neil, but if you want to come to that, feel free.
It's not going to be a prohibit on Saturday night. It wouldn't be a horrible drive. If I'm in Garden City,
okay,
maybe it's an hour and a half. It's worth it for that.
Okay. So you can have the food, so you can test it out. It'll be
and that would be better. Obviously, I'm going to get a better. I'm not saying it's not going to be as good as the tailgate, but it would be at his actual restaurant.
Correct. Right. So straight from
you have a menu and the whole 9 yards. You
correct.
Really get a nice taste.
Okay. So shout out to Jets Worldwide for the idea, right?
Maybe. Rich lives by me, so Rich and I do a lot together. So maybe maybe Rich and I'll do it together.
That'd be excellent. Bring him on down. That'd be wonderful.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, that's gonna happen, no doubt about it. Because I like you guys. I like this channel mainly because there's a lot of OGs on here. This is like you attract the OGs for some reason, and we have a lot of OGs, in here, and we all been through the same wars together. So it's easy to get in a foxhole with the Brigga and all of the guys, even Indy Jet, which sometimes I want to give him a punch in the face, but I like Indy. I'm only kidding. But we all kind of, go against each other. Where is he? There he is.
What's going on, my buddy Neil?
What's happening, bro?
I Snowball, I'm sitting here trying to get on and just to get BG to go, hey, Saturday night, we're all meeting up. Come on, Neil. You might as well join us that night at Chef Kev's restaurant.
I gotta tell you, I when last year with the whole thing, see, when I get a little and I'm not. Look, I come to anything. I'm not afraid to come. But I don't want to. I feel bad sometimes because I had some. We had a little bit. We got a little punchy with each other, but it's all in love. When with the Aaron Rodgers thing, and everybody got on me, and I got on people. It was a tough time a little bit for all of us.
Yeah.
But
Neil, you're one of my favorites. You're one of the OGs tier 2, and I look forward to your 267 points.
yeah, I don't make that many. I know I get criticized a lot by my
It's
points.
all fun though. It's all in
But
good fun.
I'm passionate, Indy. As you guys look, we're all passionate. Anybody that gets up on a Sunday morning with no football, and we sit here and listen to each other pontificate about this shit team, that we have to get a lot of credit for that. It shows that we are real. These are the real fans.
No
Okay,
question.
right?
And there's no better fan base. I don't care what they say. There's no better
No.
fan base. There just isn't. I mean, you look at the Patriots, the Dolphins, the Bills. They're all. Most of the Patriots fans are bandwagon fans. And they're gone now. Except the Dolphins. Well, we don't even need to talk about that. And the Bills have just never won anything either. So. And I grew up in northern Indiana around the Chicago fans, around the Colts fans. Colts fans are some of the worst. They're just like the Patriots. You didn't know of a Colts fan until Peyton Manning. So, these fans, this group, whether it's in BG's, Chad, or just the Jets in general, are just phenomenal people, and we bust each other's chops, and that's what we're supposed to do.
In good humor. It's all in good nature. But what's amazing, Indy? Before this, before I guess you started, Paul, what, 4 years ago? 5? How long?
Yeah. On
ago.
YouTube 5 years ago. Yep.
And what are you the old? Are you the who started before you, Paul? I want to get the chronological order. Who started
Probably
first?
Green Bean, right? Or
yeah, Green Bean would probably be first. I mean, we could check, but I'm pretty sure because I think. Yeah, let's see. Let me do some looking around.
Andy, you interested in that? Knowing that?
Oh yeah, well, it's either Green Bean or it's oh gosh, I can't think of what.
Okay, so let's give a shout out to Matt O'Leary. So I just went over to his YouTube channel. He started in 2018 on his YouTube, so that predates me. Let me look at some other people on here.
How about that guy 24/7? He's been.
Oh yeah, let me check him. I got to see when.
I don't think Ryan's been on that long.
How about Green Bean? How long has he been on?
Andy, do you know that?
No, I don't. I've followed Green Bean for years. Him and I have talked outside. When he was doing the whole camping, traveling around the country, and
okay, so Green Bean is post me. So Green Bean came after me. So okay, so we have Matt O'Leary right now. That's the leading guy at 2018 was when he started. Yeah, let's check Jets Talk 24/7. When did that bastard start? Let's see here. He started in 2018 as well, so he's another OG. So 2018 is both him and Matt O'Leary. And then let me check at Jets Media. Richie, when the hell did Richie start? That's another goodie.
21.
Yeah,
I think.
I think you might be right.
I mean,
2018.
really,
he's another 2018 guy. So all those
prior to 18, though, Paul, there really wasn't a YouTube like this that we could.
No, because Jake is I think he's similar to me. I think he was 4 or 5 years ago on YouTube as he is now. So yeah, it seems like everybody's 2018. So shout out to Richie, Jets Media, and Matt O'Leary. Those guys, according to YouTube, who has all the dates started, they're all 7 years ago on YouTube.
So are you going to the game? Are you coming to the tailgate or not? Let's just make a final decision, Neil. Are you kind of at least come hang out at the tailgate?
Yes. I'll be there.
There you go. Booyah.
I'm look, and I'm not saying it to be snooty or anything else. I'm just, like I said, I promised myself, Indy, that I would not go to the opener. I haven't missed an opener in 40 years. Okay. I am not going to the opener. That I already decided.
That's official.
Official. Okay. In fact, I already have people. Rich is going to probably come over. I got a couple people. I'm going to have my own tailgate at my house.
Right. Okay.
Watch it. So and so now my fear, and again, I don't want to sound crazy, but there's a shit. I don't want to go to a game 5 and tail away a Sunday because I'm golfing. I just got my first hole-in-one last week.
Oh, congratulations.
Yeah.
Very nice. Yes.
And I don't want to waste a Sunday on the golf course. I would still watch the game, but I could play golf in the morning and watch the game. If we're like 1-4 going into Game 5 Indy, it's going to be real hard for me to get excited about wasting a Sunday. I'll be honest.
Well, we
But
couldn't be
I'm
1-4
I'm
going into
It
Game
sounds
5.
stupid.
That's
It sounds selfish, but I really want to.
Box man.
1-3 we'd be. Was that the fourth game or the fifth game?
Yeah, we're the fifth game. The
Fifth. So it could be 1-4. I don't
or
want to
4-0.
Look, I am thinking we're going to be 2-2 into that fifth game, and I'll be
That's
there.
not bad. Okay.
I'm not thinking that we're going to lose. I don't believe we're going to be 1-4.
Okay.
However, I want to play the card safe a little bit.
Okay.
This time.
I understand.
I'm really mad. You know who I'm mad at?
Oh,
I'm mad at the goddamn Jets. I'm mad at the front office.
Okay.
I'm mad at Woody Johnson. I'm
Right.
mad at how shitty they make. I'm mad at a lot of things. I got to be honest with you. I'm a little upset.
Yeah. Okay.
But I'm right there. I love the Aaron Glenn thing. Now that the more we're into it, it's the shoes starting to fit and look great. There he is.
Snowball, who had the idea, by the way, to invite you to the pre-tailgate, I guess, which is the night before at Chef Kevin Gilbert's restaurant, which is good because we still have like 30 tickets left to that thing. So
you want to go? Now, let me ask you a question. Are we going to go? You want to go to the? You're going to go plan on going to the dinner and the tailgate?
All of these guys. So Snowball is going to the night before event. Indy's going to both. So yeah, I don't believe Snowball has a ticket to the game. So he's just going to the night before.
It's my wedding anniversary.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right. You picked your wife over us. I'll try not to take it personally. Okay.
Wait, your wedding anniversary doesn't preclude a Jet game. If Michelle and I were married 40, we were just married 40 years. If it was a big game on a Sunday and our anniversary was there, that would not be out of the question as the anniversary present.
I can watch the game. I just can't go to the tailgate and travel to Neil. If you drive to the stadium, it's an all day event. Like
right,
that's crappy. But if they win, it's okay. But if they lose, it sucks. So,
I did it last year. 2 years. What was it? Last year I did it in that Sprinter. Man, that was incredible.
Yeah,
I rented that Sprinter was the best because you could watch They had a TV there. You could watch the other games on the way home. You don't have to worry about it. You could drink. I could smoke cigars in the thing. Oh, it was amazing.
Yeah, Lou B. I've never seen one of the sprinters before. Lou B, who's a big Jets fan on this channel, he's gonna be. He owns a Sprinter and he's bringing it to the tailgate, so that'll be cool.
My friend's son owns one and charters it, and he grew up. He went to school with my son, so I reserved it for all the home games the last 2 years, and. I had Jake in it with me on the way. Jake and his father came for the opener when Rodgers got hurt. We were together. Oh my God, that ride home! Jake was in the back of the Sprinter trying to do a post game, right? And the Wi-Fi in the Sprinter was shaky. It had Wi-Fi. Right? And my sons were pissed, man. We were like so pissed off. And my sons don't watch Jake Asman, right?
Okay.
And they're like saying to me, "Who is this asshole in the car with us? Who is this guy?" And they're like shooting little mocks to Jake in the back, and it was so embarrassing. And then when we came home, I invited Jake in the house. We sat in my sunroom, and he did his show right in my house.
Nice. Oh, cool.
Everybody was asleep. What a gut wrenching! God, that was a gut wrenching day. I got to tell you.
And we were 1-0.
And we were 1-0. That was the only
overtime
good
winner, right? Yeah.
But look, guys, it's so great to have what we could have together if something good happens. Now that we met everybody online, and we hope for a great season.
So, Neil, everyone on this screen, as long as you come, are coming to that night before thing. So, everyone, Snowball's coming to it, Indy's coming to it. Obviously, I'm going to be there. So, yeah, Neil, if you want to come, it'll be at Chef Kevin Gilbert's restaurant.
Neil.
I'll talk to you off. I'll talk to you off air.
All right.
We'll work something out.
All right. There we go. All right, Neil, appreciate it. Thanks, brother.
All right,
BG,
guys.
And we were talking about the wounded warrior, the sitting next to Pops thing.
Correct. Yes.
And that's great. I've got those. I don't know if you saw the message. Those boards are ordered now, so they're
right,
being
the board.
made.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So the Iwo Jima boards are that I'll be bringing to the tailgate to give to Pops.
So let's do this because Indy. So this is the complicated thing. So first off, what you're doing is awesome. That's super cool, and I think my pop is going to end up because we don't want your donation, for lack of a better word. Donation is probably the right word. We don't want that to go to waste. And what I mean by that is he is apparently, and thank you to the Boy Green Coffee Club, raising a lot of money. Every time we're talking about the Wounded Warrior Project, his 50-50 raffle, more and more money's coming in, which is great. So I think what he'll do is something separate with the boards that'll, make even more money off it. Yeah,
I want Pops to be able to do whatever he wants to do. He's got a network of people that I'm sure that he, that they can get out there and start, and whatever he wants to do, if he wants to auction them off in a separate deal within his own circle, fantastic. And Pops just keeps all the money for and put all of it right towards the project there.
Yeah. So, but what I wanted to say to you is to make this fair, right? Because so Shad Johnson, shout out. He reached out a couple of months ago and said, "Hey, man, I don't know when you're doing it or what you're doing it, but I'm in." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, I'll let you know whatever that's gonna." Not that I promised it to him, just like, "Hey, I'll let you know whatever we decide." So, Indy, these boards, whatever that cost was, whatever the thing is, consider that part of if you do any more or if you just settle on whatever, because I have no idea what you spent on those. That is part of this donation thing we're talking about here. Okay. So whatever that is, that's not lost on me. That counts. So like if Shad doesn't go above or whatever else you do, that number, which he probably won't, to be honest with you, then you're going to win the seat next to him and it won't matter. So I just want you to make sure that's clear because I saw that message too on the board. Just want to make that clear.
Yeah, and it's either way, it's fine. We're all gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
I'm not. We've been talking about that big seat. Sitting next to Pops, just so we can.
There's people
bust his
fighting
guts.
over it. What in the world is going on?
Why is it even a prize?
I don't know, but
Yeah.
but multiple, I thought it was a
and-
joke at first, but multiple people are reaching out. So I'm like, all right.
I've met your dad. It's not
Again,
a prize.
Snowball. Hey, it's kind of like this though. Pops and I are about the same age. We've gone through some very similar things. We've got a moron for a son. But I'm just kidding, BG. But Pops was in the Navy, so we've got some similar things. So I kind of relate to Pops. Some of the things that he says, and some and so even though he's a Cowboys fan, we all can't be perfect.
There were a lot of girls that I thought would be nice to date, and then I got to know them. So good luck sitting next to his father.
That's true. So there you go. So Indy, please on the side real quick, just make sure you Discord message me after the show, and we'll work out some of the other stuff with the seating stuff. So we'll definitely hammer that out.
Yeah, it is what it's all in good fun. It's all in good fun. Good to see you, Snowball, BG.
Yeah.
Love talking with Neil. You guys have a wonderful Sunday.
All right, thank you, Indy.
You
And
too.
we'll
I gotta
see.
go walk the dog. So.
Okay, but Snowball, the other thing I was going to
What?
say is thank you for that message suggestion for again, not Indy, Neil, excuse me, is that that's awesome, right? Because we still have like 30 spots left, so that would be cool to get some more OGs over there
nice.
and everything. That'll be
We'll
awesome.
get him. We'll get maybe Rob will come.
Sure.
So
Yeah, right.
The old guys from Long Island. Maybe
That'll be awesome.
come out. All right, man.
Snowball, since you're on,
Yeah.
you give us a plug, baby.
Sure. Every Friday at 7:30 p.m. on YouTube,
Right.
we do the show called Jets Worldwide, and it's a lot of fun. We do a lot of different stuff. We try to mix it up. Me and this guy Johnny Boy. It's I'm getting to know him. He's an okay
Is that
guy.
good or bad?
So far it's working out. So
great.
I can't.
Okay.
It has been a year, so we had a year anniversary. It was fun.
Congratulations.
Yes, thank you so much. And well, maybe we'll keep it going.
Oh, all right. I love it.
But,
Thanks.
You're
Thanks,
invited
Snowball.
anytime you want to come on. Just
Oh
call
yeah,
in.
baby. Yeah,
All right.
I definitely will. Appreciate it. Thanks,
All right,
Snowball.
man. Take care, guys.
There he is. Snowball joining us on the show, a surprise appearance. I love that. And Gator saying, how much do I donate to make sure I don't sit next to Pops or see Pops? Yeah, that's a good point. We should probably raffle those ones off too. Yeah, we should. But appreciate it. But seriously, guys, if any of you have interest in sitting next, that you do for whatever reason, have interest in sitting next to Pop, please email me ASAP. Again, if you miss out on this, I apologize for people that don't email me quickly. But if you have any interest whatsoever and you're coming to our Jets Cowboys tailgate, reach out as soon as you possibly can to have a chance to be in it. What we'll do is a version of a silent auction with all the money going to the Wounded Warrior Project. So I'll throw that up on the screen as well. We're doing an awesome Wounded Warrior project. They could do 700 people. The numbers keep spiking in here in the room. Thank you. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure you guys like the video, hit subscribe here. We appreciate it. On YouTube, we're trying to make a chase to 8,000 subscribers. We're about 100 people away. So if there's 800 people in the room, that math, maybe we could get to 8,000 subscribers right now on the show. That'd be cool. YouTube.com/BoyGreen25 every single day, New York Jets content. So guys, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter right now, open up the YouTube app on your phone. That is www.youtube.com/BoyGreen25. Hit that subscribe button, baby. But yes, my father, Hop on Pop, of course, is doing a Wounded Warrior Project 50-50 raffle. 50% of the proceeds go to the Wounded Warrior Project. 50% goes to whichever of you are out there in the universe that decide to contribute. I'll hide my email for a second here so you guys can see it. We could talk about it again. And again, the way to be a part of this raffle is raffle tickets are $1 a piece. Just $1. So if you just submit $1, you're in the running to potentially win this thing. Obviously, the more raffle tickets you have, the better your odds. And all the money goes to charity. So think about that as you're donating your money in here, please. So $50 is 50 raffle tickets, et cetera, et cetera. And the number one donator, the top donator, again, it's sort of a blind auction here. But every week, my father joins the show normally every Saturday. He'll update you on who has donated the most and what it all looks like and things of that nature. So we've raised over at least $400 to $500 at least with this project so far after the first week and a half, which is super cool. And I'm very humbled by that. So thank you very much. So again, if you do want to be a part of this, it's not here on YouTube. Do not send anything here on YouTube. If you do, that's all for a different raffle. So if you do want to send it for this 50-50 Wounded Warrior Project raffle, the Venmo is at Paul-Esden. On PayPal, it's at HopOnPop22. That the profile picture you will see is a beard, shades, and spiky hair. You're at the right place if you see all that. So feel free. And again, what we will do is if you are interested in sitting with Pop, again, first off, send that over to me ASAP, Paul A. Esden Jr. at gmail.com, and say, hey, Paul, I'm interested. What do I have to do? And I will explain what I'm about to explain right now. We're going to do a silent bid that whoever bids the most to the Wounded Warrior Project for my father's raffle will get those raffle tickets to do all the stuff that's going to do, and they will get a chance they will sit next to Pop, whoever has the highest bid. So that'll be up to you guys blindly to see what happens there. So good luck to all of you guys that are competing for that, for those of you who are interested. I know we have Shad Johnson Indy, and if there's anyone else that wants to be included in that, please reach out ASAP because we want to transfer these tickets as soon as possible. So yes. Real quick, a couple of questions here. Reese asked, does anyone know if Corley got cut? He has not gotten cut yet. Again, they've only made about 7 or 8 cuts. So Corley has not been cut yet, but I would imagine that's coming up. I mentioned that's coming up. But appreciate the question. Let me see if I missed anything else. Yeah, the other person we have on here that is bidding for the Hop on Pop seat, like I said, is my boy Shad Johnson, who's coming to the game. So there's 2 people right now at least, and like I said, we'll do a silent bid towards the Wounded Warrior Project, and whoever bids the most will win that spot, and we'll transfer over those tickets accordingly. Well, everybody, I want to thank you so much for joining us on the show again for a near 2-hour show here. Beautiful. We have 700 people in the room. Unbelievable. 700 plus. 575 on Twitter, which we appreciate, and 134 on YouTube, baby. Like the video. That's a free way to contribute. Another free way to contribute is to subscribe. Again, we're trying to make a chase to 8,000 subscribers. I'd love to get there before the season opener, which is 2 weeks from today for the New York Jets. So again, subscribe on YouTube, youtube.com/BoyGreen25. We have Jets content every bleeping day on this channel. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow morning. Nick Ferry, our Jets beat reporter, will join us at 8 o'clock. can't wait. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you, everybody, and we'll see you.